Welcome to the madness!
Hey, how's it going, folks? The name's Steffi, and welcome back to another episode of Ducking Around, the series where we play random games, and today we're playing Mordhiem, City of the Damned. So we're continuing with the tutorials that we're going through, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and record these Mordhiem episodes a little bit more often, just until we get to the point where basically we complete all the tutorials. Now, I do have a good bit of time tonight. It's currently 19:06, so I'm going to record for a good hour and a half to try and get through as many of these tutorials as we possibly can. I know I did half an hour in the last episode, but I've not set time this time. We're just going to record as long as I feel, or as long as I need, or as long as I can. I get it right, so without further ado, let's get straight into this. So, I hope everyone is doing good today. Right, so the next one we're doing is Advanced Combat Tactics. So, this tutorial will explain the following aspects of the game: points of interest, switching weapon sets, perception using skills, spells, new turn effects, impressive warriors, a character information panel, and action information panel. Alright, let's do this. So
Despite the violence of the comet's impact on Mordheim, the Temple of Sigmar remained mostly unscathed, and the valiant Sisters of Sigmar certainly had a protective influence in keeping the sacred grounds unspoiled. Once again, the Sisters are set to defend the temple's perimeter when a band of Skaven strikes swiftly. Learn new actions to defeat the Skaven and protect the sanctity of the temple.
Alright, so we're playing this to Sisters of Sigmar now. So I'll put away the...
A new round has started.
So I'll put away the base cam when need be. I'm not going to mess around with it or anything. Okay, perception of danger. Mordheim is a city rife with danger, from ambushing enemies to deadly traps, which are an extension of the chaos that spread throughout the city. Warriors can perform a perception action at the cost of 1 SP to highlight threats and interactive objects nearby till the end of their turn. As the warrior moves, new threats and objects in range will be highlighted. The warrior also gains a 50% chance to resist targeted trap effects till the end of the next turn. Right. So we need to do a perception check then. Okay. So let's do perception. Successful. Okay, so right there then. So basically we just want to walk around, I think. Ambush stance, probably could do that. Charge. Yep, let's charge. Okay, that's a miss. Okay, so counter attack there. Okay, that's fine. Alright, let's attack again. Just want to see if that's kind of hiding things. Okay, I'm going to have to turn the base cam off when I'm doing these fights. Okay, so dodge stance or parry stance, or we could flee. Let's go with dodge stance. 25%. Okay, I'm surprised that actually hit. Right, so you got dodge stance. Okay, that's fine. Okay, with her. That's the magic seems. Okay, character information panels. A multitude of effects called a buff or debuff can affect your warriors during combat and are listed in an information panel that can be reached by pressing B. You can also access the warrior's resistance information by pressing N, or access the warrior's statistics and alternate weapon sets by pushing M. These windows can be hidden or displayed at will and cycled through using left alt. Information on selected enemies will also be displayed on the right side of the screen. Okay. Right, so because the guy cast Wither, okay, so we lost a bit of strength, a bit of toughness, a bit of agility, and a bit of movement too. Okay. Dodge stance, switch weapons. I guess we've got a ranged weapon, I suppose. Right, yes, attack. 79%. Jesus. Rolled 97 instead of 79. Right, let's try again. There we go. And, okay. We've got dodge stance. Okay, action wheel. In order to display more information about the skills, spells, and actions available to your warrior, you can open up the action wheel by pushing space. A more in-depth description will be available for each action you select, and these actions can be triggered directly from the wheel if you have a target in range. The actions are categorized into sections: actions, active skills, passive skills, spells, stances, and backpack. Skills. As they evolve, warriors will be able to train skills which can be used in different situations during combat. Skills are split into two categories: passive, which are always in effect, and active, which requires a specific target and must be triggered at the cost of strategy or offense points. Based on the warriors of remaining OP and SP, only the usable skills will be available in the cycling menu. Okay then, so Kelly Monique. So by pressing space, okay, passive skills, spells, stances, backpack, that skills, actions, switch weapons, charge, disengage, flee, perception. Okay, what up to skills? Combat focus, increase the chance on your hit. Not stackable, and it uses an offense point. Right, let's try that then. Combat focus, and then let's attack. 35. Counter attack. Okay, 38. Okay, let's attack again. Oh, that's combat focus, let me do that. How many, okay, so I've got one left. I can't do any of that. Right, let's go dodge dance then. We'll get that prepared for the next turn. Okay, turn start. Some warriors have perk skills to suffer from ill effects or injuries that trigger automatically at the beginning of their turn. These may always be resolved before the warrior takes his turn, or how may affect if or how the warrior will play. Stupidity check. Fail safe. Okay. Impressive warriors. Each warband eventually gains access to an impressive warrior. These champions are extremely powerful but also have some restrictions. They focus exclusively on battle and therefore cannot search. They will never retreat from a fight and cannot disengage or flee. Some of them cannot leap and can only climb or jump down from small heights due to their physiology. Large impressive warriors often cannot enter buildings either. Not all impressive warriors are large. For instance, the Maiden of Sigmar is regular size. Right, so we got the big man over there. So does that mean that he can't come in this building now? I think so. God, it's really dark. Obviously, we want to lure this guy, I think. What do you have? Ambush stance. Okay, active skills. Staggering blow. Got any spells? Sinful speech. Stances. Ambush, parry. Haven't got anything in the backpack. Right, let's see if we could try and lure this guy in, baby. Can we lure this guy? Can't really see here. Give me 1 second. Take that back. We get that back. We get that back. We get that back. Right, we can go this way. And then let's go ambush stance. In case he comes in. Okay, so attacking Kelly. Dodge stance. Okay, spells. Some warriors can use magic, be it arcane or divine. Spells cost a various amount of action points, and there is a chance the casting may fizzle and fail. The higher the cost in OP, the higher the chance of failing to cast a spell. Spell curses. When a spell is cast, there is a chance of reaction occurring which can affect the caster, sometimes even friends opposed thereby. These reactions are mostly harmless, but can be beneficial. The reactions known as Sisich's Curse for arcane spells, and Divine Wrath for divine spells. Each time a spell is cast, the caster can also suffer from the Mordhiem's Curse debuff, which increases the chance to suffer the curse until the next turn. This can be viewed in the buff or debuff by B. Comet of Sigmar. Okay. So you got spells, Sigmar's Might. Okay, we'll go Comet Sigmar then. What do you want? Is this fail? Punishment, eh? Okay, interesting. Let's see. Devotion. Okay then. Fire stance. Okay, this guy's moving in. 2. Alright. Sure, I'll cancel that. Bang, 29. Stunned. Perfect. Okay, points of interest. Many points of interest can be found in the ruins of Mordhiem, represented by a pale swirl. Warriors can interact with them at no cost by pressing left mouse when standing on the swirl to loot the items that you hold. Interacting with a point of interest or a ward stone will commit the warrior's movement. Enemy carts can be looted, also can your cart. Warriors who have fallen out of action will become points of interest as well. Fallen enemies can be looted for equipment, but be mindful not to lose your own. Yeah, I suppose. Okay, so it's performance scavenge. I see. Stunned, perfect. Okay, that's our turn. Right. Bonk. We'll go. Can we not bonk again? Seems like can't. Okay, let's just go parry stance? Right. Okay, consumable items. Consumables are items with varied specs that can be used only once. They have no requirements to use and can complement your strategy in combat, opening the way for new foreseen effects. Beneficial consumables can also be used on allies if you stand very close to them. Some consumables have an area of effect and will affect anyone and everyone, or any foe who stands them or enters the zone. Okay. So what do we have then? Oil bomb. Okay. Okay, 6. We got a healing draft. Okay. Don't have any spells, don't have delay. Okay, guess we've got parry stance then.
A new round has started.
Okay, action information panel. Actions that the active warrior can perform will often be modified by the wide range of skills, buffs or debuffs affecting you or the selected target. Display more information about what the affecting the selected action, press left control. Changing the active action will update the action information panel. Information is white spaced on raw modifiers and those on red modifiers originating from the selected target. This panel can be displayed or hidden at will during your turn. Alright, well let's just keep smacking then. Okay, obviously no need for strategy as of right now. Okay, dodge stance. Okay, 22. That's a miss. Okay, combat log. Every action performed or suffered by warriors is kept in the combat log, accessible by pushing L. Pushing this button a second time will expand the window further, while pushing it for a time will close it. Okay, 37, that's not health here. Ooh, 29. Okay, so we're just kind of just one-on-one-ing right at this point in time. Okay, it's draw complete. Alright. Okay, that's a miss. Okay, 37. Yeah, so we'll just carry on and do this. Okay, that's the big guy, I think. He's inside. I don't know where he is. Let me check, is it left shift? Yeah, so he's right there. No. Is that the guy? That might be the big one, actually. That's the hero. That's Sauce. Yeah, that's you guys. Yeah, must be there somewhere. Okay, sinful speech. Let's see, is there any other... Nope, no button. Let's see, is there any other spells that you can use? Sinful speech. Range 15. Sure. Let's cast them. Okay, resist fail. Okay, so it must be under the roll then. Custom view as well. Debuff, okay. And then I think we'll go for ambush stance. Yeah, let them come in close. Okay, 36. Getting poison, eh? Okay, interesting. 21. Fine again. Nice, that's correct. Very nice, but no stun, no, unfortunately. Stun recovery. Gets it back up. Right, 31. This guy's a poison blade. Interesting. Case to recovery, case you succeeded. 43, ouch. Okay, 31. The parry stance. Okay. Let's see here. It's really dark, isn't it? Right, so we need to get you down the way if we can. Actually, maybe we could go... Wait, the stairs there. Can we go up the stairs? Yeah, I think we can. Charge. Yep, let's charge. Ooh, nice. Help you out then. Turn. He's still taking damage. There's the ambush. Boom. Perfect. Okay, we still don't know where the big guy is. That's what
A
I'm a bit
new
worried about.
round has started.
That's like one of these sewers here. Okay, a stun. Good. That's one thing I've been noticing about the Sisters of Sigmar. They tend to have like a pretty decent stun chance. Like, pretty decent stun chance. Okay, looks like he failed the stun recovery. 42 on Ursula. Alright, that's fine. 43, that's faction. Perfect. Alright, now the question is though, where is the big guy? That's what we have to be careful of. Let's go down the stairs and let's see what's up. Look at eyes on him. Ambush stance, yeah, I suppose. Just in case they're coming close. Alright, let's focus on this guy. 34. Those failed. Go again. Nice, 45 and stunned. Yeah, we seem to be getting like really decent stun chances. Okay, he's right there. Okay, of action. Alright, sinful speech. We casting on the big guy? Nope. I think he resisted. Okay, let's go ambush dance in case he comes in. Okay, so stunned. Okay, right. Should be finished by this turn, that's what I'm hoping. Don't know if Esther can actually deal with this guy. See in a second. 23, almost there. Probably one more turn or so. Let's go parry stance. Might actually lose one here. Oh, good parry. Yep, do a counter attack. Oh, come on, there would have been a chance to kill him then. Yeah, lucky ducky. Good miss. And a parry, perfect. And we can counter attack. Okay, that's a miss. Okay, right, I see how we can perform counter attacks. Seems. 20. Parry. Right, let's see, we can climb up there. I don't know why you want to climb up there. Let's give him moving back. Yeah, let's loot, see if he's got anything. Okay, so he has a halberd. Okay, we'll get that. And it's not a war trinket. Okay. Just don't know how I'm going to get down there. Okay, let's use ambush stance. Just Overwatch, I suppose.
A new round has started.
19. Okay. 26. Okay, one more turn and he's done. Dodge. I'll tell you what, something tells me I'm going to be using hammers quite a bit. Especially if they're doing critical hits. Especially if they're doing stuns. That's beautiful. Okay, right. So he's down here, right? Seems to be. Right. Is there a way we can get down here? That's a good question. Okay, jump down 26%. Right. Jump down then. There's your falling damage. Okay, right. Okay, spit. Alright, that's fine. Let's go in. 57, that's not too bad. Surprised. Cancel attack. Okay, that's a miss. Let's go dodge stance, 40%. So I guess that's our repressive warrior, I suppose, or our hero in this case. Okay, let's try again. Wow, 2 misses. Come on. God, you've been 1v1ing this guy for ages. Oh shit. Okay, I'll take that back. Alright, that's Ursula out. Okay, 50,000. Right, sir. Okay, right. $39. See, what I probably would do is, because apparently large creatures can't go through doors, I assume this guy's class is large, I'd probably use ranged attacks and lock him in. I mean, we can get to the nitty-gritty and we can get to the strategy side once we get back to it, once we do a proper run. As of right now, I'm kind of just doing whatever, just doing a casual run, really. 23 of action, perfect. Right, let's get moving. Loot. Sure, I suppose. Weeping Blades. Oh, Weeping Blades were pretty nice. Poisoned. I have an idea. But I wonder if we could do it. We need to get down the way. Hold on. Sigmar's Might, can we... Don't have any targets. Where is he? Is he underneath? Yeah, he's right there. So I wonder if we can actually get Sigmar's Might on him. Can we? Yes we can. Is that a hit? Look at this. Okay, it's our turn. Okay, 43. Ouch. Okay, that's right. Probably gonna go for attack on. Yeah, okay, we need to get moving now. Right. Jump off, 59%. Success, perfect. Okay, can I use the healing drought on her? I don't think so. No, I don't think I can. Nah, sure, weapon the loot. Where's this holy tome? Can we not use the healing drought on her? I thought we could. Hold on. Backpacks. We don't have enough items. Okay. Sorry, enough actions. Alright, that's fine. Okay, well, we'll go ambush stance just in case.
A new round has started.
Okay. That's a miss. Oh, come on. Okay, out of action warriors have left the battlefield. Right, that's fine. 26. Okay, good. That's you down. Steal enemies idle. Horned Rat Idol. Sure. Liberator's Boon. Okay. Minus 16 morale. Okay, it makes sense. Now, the question is, how does one get out of here? That's a good question. How does one get out of these sewers? Foul mist. Ooh. Oh, that's right. Traps. Of course. Right. Oh my god. Finally. Okay, there we go. The morale's faded. Okay, interesting. So I don't have to kill them all. Okay, cool. Right, so that's 3 down. Okay, let's go to scenario tactics. Okay, the tutorial will explain the following aspects of the game. Victory conditions, morale gauge and routing, fear terror and all alone effects, duration, neutral enemies, warrior retreat, idle and prayers, and the objective panel. Alright, so look at this
The
one.
most numerous of Mordheim's denizens, the depraved members of the cult of the possessed, are now under your command. Mutants, crazed humans, dark magisters, and unnameable creatures are unleashed against an unwary group of mercenaries who seek to scavenge in your city. Learn some new tricks, and show those pathetic humans how the Shadow Lord treats intruders in the city of Mordheim.
Okay.
A new round has started.
Okay, victory conditions. To achieve victory during a mission, you must force the enemy warband to rout. Retreat from the battlefield before they make you rout. Before leaving the battlefield after victory, your warriors will be able to scavenge thoroughly a third of the remaining wardstone and search point. Keep in mind that warbands that retreat from battle keep the loot they manage to secure in their cart or on the warriors who still stand, so not all is lost. Optional objectives can be completed for extra experience points. Completing these objectives will not end the battle, but the bonus gained is kept even during a rout. Complete all optional objectives and making enemy rout leads to a decisive victory, which provides extra spoils of war. Okay, so attack backs. Reload. Okay, it's got Pistolier there. Okay, the objective panel can be displayed during your turn by pressing tab. Treasures in the battlefield can also be tracked on this panel and displays as follows: 0, 0. The first number represents the amount of wardstones you've gathered and search points you have searched. They are not necessarily empty. The second number represents the total number of points in the map. Okay then. Right, so... Okay then. Right, so Merchant Quarter map 4. Okay, so Hero Mutant. Okay, so what can you do? Actions... Switch weapons, disengage. Actions, active skills, passive skills. Shadow Lord's Touch. After gathering a wardstone, critical hit chance increased by 5% for 2 turns, not stackable. Don't have any spells. Okay. Alright, so we got Hero / Warlock. Ooh, nice. Stunned as well. 29. Good. Okay, let's go with Dodge Dance then. Minus 20% heavy armor, okay. Then agility. Okay, all alone test. When a warrior ends up engaged with 2 or more enemies by itself, it will perform an all alone test based on leadership. This test will determine if the warrior stays and fights against the odds, or it will turns away and runs for his life. If the test fails, the warrior loses all of his defense points along with 1 strategy point. If there's room for the warrior to flee, it will turn and run, provided each engaged enemy a free melee attack if they have melee weapons equipped. If there is no room to flee, the warrior will stay put but will still lose defensive points. Break all alone. When an ally is in an all-alone situation, it can be broken by engaging the extra enemies. As long as the number of engaged warriors is equal, there will be no all-alone test. Alright, I'm gonna have to remember that. I failed. Okay. So I've got 3 attack was a miss. And 28. It starts to flee. Okay, let's remember that. Warp Enfeeblement. Landing on a trap. Okay, neutral enemies. The city of Mordheim is filled with enemies such as demons. They have no allegiance and will attack all warbands. Be wary of these foes, but remember, your enemy's enemies could be your ally, until they have none of your enemies left to kill. Okay, Plague Bearer. Okay, I didn't realize there was 3rd parties in this. This is interesting. Terror Test. Charge. Okay, miss. 25. Plague Sword, eh? Okay, Drax's turn. Okay, unwavering. What's this thingy? Okay, let's engage this guy here. Manage difficulty. Okay. 23. Attack again. 29. And we can attack again. Cool, so we can attack 3 times this guy, something to remember. Okay, dodge stance. Yep. 10% clothing, 60% agility. Okay, I'll remember that. Okay, morale gauge. Each warband has a morale gauge representing the warband morale pool displayed at the top of the gauge. The morale pool is based on the morale value of each individual warrior added together. Each time a warrior is put out of action, the morale impact value, not to be confused with the morale value, is removed from the morale gauge. If the gauge falls below the threshold amount displayed below the gauge, a leadership test will be taken before the next warrior from the warband plays. The test is taken by the leader, regardless of whose turn it is. If the leader is out of action, one of the heroes must take the test. If no leader or heroes can take the test, it will automatically fail. Failing the test will cause the warband to rout and grant victory to the enemy. Okay, so we did a dodge stance there. Okay, fear and terror. Some warriors, such as the mercenary ogre or the chaos spawn, will afflict their enemies with fear or terror when engaging them. These conditions require a test of leadership to overcome, and the warrior will become afraid or terrorized. Afraid warriors will have their chance to hit in melee combat reduced, when terrorized warriors will have the maximum OP and SP reduced. These effects last until they are overcome, even if the source of it is far away or even dead, as the warrior remains shaken from its experience. Alright, talk about flesh terror. Okay. Fear test. Okay, so it's charging. Okay, counterattack. Sure. 27. Blood sacrifice. Okay. Wow. Okay, idols and prayers. Each warband has an idol, a religious symbol that grants a temporary buff to warriors that pray near it. This buff increases wardstone resistance and a chance to succeed all alone tests. The higher the rank of the warband, the more powerful the buff will be. So, how does one pray to it then? Open your chest. Interact. Okay, perform a prayer. So idle boon, right. So that gives us 1 SP. Right, so let's see, where do we have to go for this guy? So that's human mercenaries. So where are we then? Call to possess, so that's us, right? It is. So we got right, so elite, right, so that's Ogre's right there then. Yeah, don't know how we can miss it. Okay, fear test failed. Okay. Sure, let's attack. Attack again. Gets a miss. Okay, let's go dodge stance. Actually, that was 0%, I didn't mean to do that. Should have went parry stance instead. Okay, area effect spells. Some spell skills and consumables affect only allies or only enemies, while others, such as Acid Breath, Fireball, will affect everyone in an area effect. It's important to be careful where and how these abilities can be used to avoid unwanted friendly fire effects. An ally falling out of action will lower the morale pool whenever it's been put up on enemy hero actions. Okay then, so we got spells, have we? Okay, so let's see, we've got Weapons of Destruction, and we have Acid Breath. Acid Breath? Okay, 23, resisted, seems, okay. Can I only do 1 spell at a time? Yeah, seems. Okay, Weapons of Destruction. Bypass and amount increased by 20, non-stackable. Okay, right, and then let's change it. Right, let's go parry stance then. Okay, idol morale. The idol of each warband is a holy symbol that helps them face the horrors of the city of the damned, although it does not add to the morale pool. Having your idol stolen will lower the warband's morale pool. This could become a valid tactic to force the enemy warband to rout. Should the idol be retrieved and placed back onto the cart, the morale loss will be restored. One of the optional objectives involves stealing the enemy's idol. If you can make it to the enemy cart, you can also steal any items to restore the rest of the cart. Okay, so we got somebody here. Okay, right, so we'll steal the enemy's idol. So, Mimedia's idol, okay, so we'll take that. So, minus 16 morale. Liberate's boon, okay. And then let's pillage the enemy cart. Okay, Warstone Cutter, we'll take the other one, take the other one, take the gold coins, can't do that. Okay, Warp Effect. Okay. Liberate's boon. Right, let's go straight in then. Fear test failed, I think. Okay. Okay, 25. Counterattack. Ow. 18. Jesus, this guy got 2 counterattacks. That's because he's got bed supports, that's why. Plague sword. Ah. Okay, so there's only like guys on our side. No, it's not on our side whatsoever. I thought it was actually. Okay, warrior retreat. At the beginning of each combat round, warriors that have out of action will leave the battleground. They will retreat with their weapons in hand, but they will drop their backpack containing all the consumables, gold, ward stones, and other loot they have gathered. Should you wish to steal the weapons and defeat a warrior, it is possible to do so, but it must be done before he regains consciousness and leaves the battlefield. Simply put, you have until the end of the current battle round to steal fallen warriors' weapons. Be careful as enemies can steal yours as well. Okay then, so... where do we go from here? Straight in? Sure, charge. Come on, bro. How'd you miss that? Oh, we got oil bomb. Could do. What there? Nice. Just gotta be careful we don't burn ourselves as well.
A new round has started.
Okay, leave combat options. Once a battle has started, there are 2 ways to leave. Voluntary route. The option becomes available when your warband's morale drops below the route threshold. At this stage, you can retreat, suffering defeat with no additional penalties. Abandoned mission. This option is always available, however, leaving the battlefield is considered an act of cowardice and frowned upon. Using abandoned mission will let you retreat from battle, but all your warriors will be considered out of action and suffer the associated consequences. Think twice before choosing this option. Disconnected during the mission will be considered an abandoned mission. Alright, so he's shooting a plague bearer. Reload, yep. Okay, tutorial complete. Alright, let's focus on this then. Right, I don't think we can jump up there, can we? Destination point is obscured. Okay, let's see if we can get around to the other side and let's not get into here. No actions available. Okay, so we can't. Okay, so we can't do that. Let's get our SP back. Do you have switch weapons? Do you have another weapon? Ambush stance, actions, no spells, actions. You do have switch weapons. Yep, switch weapons. Oh, this guy's got short and okay, so this guy's got a thingy and thingy. Okay, let's do that. And makes it a buckler. I thought he had a ranged weapon. Okay, here he comes. Okay, 13 boiling oil. Attacking our mutant. Okay. Miss. Miss again. Come on, bro. 20. Alright. And now let's go dodge stance. Your test successful. Yeah, we're gonna lose Albert in a second here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we're winning this one, are we? Oh, this turn. Yeah, I don't think we're winning this one, are we? Not really. I'll just play to the end. I'm not fussed. Nope. Oh, power stance. There we go. Okay, takes one burn oil. Third test failed. Okay then. Spells. Acid breath. Oh, fizzle punching it. Oh, Jesus. We just literally missed it. Lovely. That's destruction. Yeah, put that on us for a change. Put that on all this. There we go. God, 5% chance to fail and we failed. Gotta love it. Okay, let's go power stance. Okay, let's attack. Wait, free. Very nice. Attack again. Alright, that's it now. Good, good, good. And then we'll go with a... well, I guess dodge stance. I suppose. I think we're on fire, I think. Yeah, I think we are on fire.
A new round has started.
Actually, I'm figuratively. Right, well... something we could do there. Ambush stance? Yeah, I'll just do ambush stance for now. Let him come down. Yeah, it's fire on the Plague Bearer. We get up there somehow, but I think we can. Need him to jump down. Okay, Plague Bearer's turn. Okay, 19. He's got 3 attacks, so that's one bit. Come on, get under a 58. There we go, that's a miss. Wait, what? Oh, it's poison resistance. Okay. Attack again. And I think one more should do it. Okay, we didn't roll that. Okay, I'm seeing how the targeting works. We need to roll D100, and if it's under what it says, then fine. We can get a hit. Okay, what are you doing? You jumping down? No, he ain't jumping down. 36. Yeah, Runebane's gonna go down. Jesus, this guy's mad to take down. So one. Miss. It's not good. Make go ambush, not dodge. Damn it. Right. That's 43%. Spells. Let's try that again. Acid breath. Go roll 100, please. Nope, good. 16. Resist failed. Yeah, magic resistance failed. 64 for target 8. That's a miss. Okay. Right. I think the fire's gone out now, isn't it? It is. Damn it.
A new round has started.
I need to try and get up there. Actually, we can. Right, let's climb. No, we can't. Damn it, we failed it. 100 on a 63. Come on, bro. Yeah. Okay, right, let's forget this one. We completed it. Yeah, we completed it. There's no point wasting any time. Okay, right, so that's that done. Right, so that's all the combat tutorials done. Okay, so I understand how we play. Okay, hideout management. Alright, here we go then. Warband management. Okay, hire warriors. In a screen, you may hire warriors to bolster your warband. There are 4 types of warriors: leader, hero, impressive, henchman. Your warband must also always have 1 leader or 3 other warriors to take part in the mission, and cannot have more than 10 active warriors at the same time. If you hire an impressive hero, it will take the place of 2 heroes and reduce the maximum number of active warriors to 9. Be mindful when hiring warriors, since henchmen can be hired into hero slots, but the opposite is not true. Okay. Pay upkeep. After each battle, you must pay upkeep for each warrior that took part in the mission. Unpaid warriors will refuse to join the mission until they are paid. You can also wait to pay their upkeep if you're low on funds, but the fee will accrue interest every day. After 7 days of being unpaid, a warrior will take their equipment and leave the warband forever. While warriors remain unpaid, they cannot be customized, their equipment cannot be modified, they cannot learn skills or spells. Pay treatment. When a warrior falls out of action and gains permanent injury, it will also require a treatment cost. The cost must be paid in the warband management section in order to start the recovery process. An injured warrior has an increasing chance to die every day that treatment is left unpaid. If a warrior dies this way, their equipment will be returned to your inventory. While warriors are recovering, they cannot be customized, their weapons cannot be modified, and they cannot learn spells or skills. Fire warriors. If you feel a warrior no longer has a place in your warband, they can be fired from the screen. A fired warrior will be unequipped or other items before leaving. Take note that you cannot fire an unpaid warrior or one that requires medical treatment. You can only fire warriors that are ready for battle. Warband reserve. Each warband has a reserve for warriors ready to fight, but those are not in the active warband. These warriors can be helpful when some of your warriors are out of action for several days due to an injury or training on new skills. As long as they do not take part in the mission, these warriors will not require any upkeep. As your warband increases rank, more reserved warband slots will become more available. Unavailable warriors. Warriors become unavailable due to the following reasons: unpaid upkeep, recovering from an injury, or awaiting treatment costs to be paid. Treated a new skill spell. Unavailable warriors cannot take part in missions. You can check a warrior's availability stats by selecting the warrior in the warband management section. Hired swords. Other than the default rank 0 warriors available to you for hire, you will eventually unlock higher ranked and new types of warriors to join your warband. These are called hired swords. While the default rank 0 warriors are always available for hire, the availability of higher ranked warriors will vary twice per week as the mercenaries come and go. Free hired swords. Several rewards will provide you with the opportunity to enlist a hired sword at no charge. Unlike other hired swords, these will never be removed from the list of available warriors until you hide them. Okay, right. Warrior management. Description and injuries. This section displays all the attributes of the selected warrior, along with a description each item can equip, a list of perks if any, and the maximum amount you can have in your warband per type. These details can help you decide when hiring a warrior, since they will impact his gameplay options. The Injuries tab displays the injuries suffered by the warrior during his career adventuring in Mordhiem. Equipment. A warrior's equipment can be changed by selecting a slot to the left of the warrior. A list of items from your inventory can be used in that slot will be displayed on the right side of the screen. You can also browse the store tab to buy items directly from the shops. The slots on the right side of the warrior are for consumable items and can be equipped in the same way. Items for fine, blue, or masterwork purple quality can be enhanced by selecting the enhancement tab once you've found some recipes. Dual wield, two-handed. The different melee weapon types have various effects when equipped on your warrior. One-handed weapon only. Using a single one-handed weapon will increase initiative by 10 and dodge chance by 10% due to an empty hand used for balance. One-handed weapon is shield. Using a shield allows the use of parry stance. Two-handed weapons. These weapons have been higher damage, but every subsequent attack after the first will apply a tiring debuff on the warrior, increasing the OP cost of melee attacks and skills by 1, and also reducing melee damage dealt by 20%. The effect is stackable and lasts until the warrior's next turn. Dual wield. Dual wielding adds the damage of both weapons together like two-handed weapons. Each subsequent attacks will increase the OP cost of melee attacks / skills by 1. However, dual wielding also reduces damage dealt by 25%. This damage reduction is applied after all of the modifiers. Skills. This screen allows you to browse and train skills for a warrior. Skills already learned are displayed in the slots at the center of the screen. Slots on the left hand side of the character are for active skills, while slots on the right are for passive. A warrior can have up to 5 of each. Training skills require skill points, gold, and several days of training time, during which the warrior will be unavailable for missions. The warrior must also meet the attribute requirement for each skill. Available skills are displayed on the right side of the screen and organized based on the 9 primary attributes. Once a skill has been trained, you can invest in mastery training for the same skill to enhance its effects. Spells. Similar to skills, the spell tabs display the available spells the caster can learn. There are no passive spells, only active ones that must be triggered. This tab is only accessible for warriors who can use magic, be it divine or arcane. Spells require skill points, gold, and training time to learn. Spells also have a more powerful mastery version. Customization bio. Cool. This customization allows you to rename a warrior as you desire. Name and surname in the same box. You may also write a biography for the warrior, but this will be available to you in the game. Huh? If anyone wants a character, just saying. Okay, customization body parts. Each body part of a warrior can be customized independently, while a few restrictions apply. If you wear armor, the torso will be locked into the armor type, clothed, light, or heavy, to reflect your equipment over players. If you wear a helmet, no hats will be available, and you will be locked into the helmet visual. Changes in customization will never affect the attributes of warrior. For example, an arm customized with heavy armor visuals will offer no extra protection. Yeah, that makes sense. Customizable colors. Each part of the warrior can be colored independently. We're using a range of colors for each warband. Nice. Okay, warrior's attributes. The base stats. The base stats for warrior are offensive and strategy points covered in combat tutorials. Armor absorption directly reduces damage taken from physical ranged and melee attacks. This does not impact spell damage. Damage calculated based on the weapons equipped in the active slots as well as enhancements. Critical hit chance. All based on equipment, weapons, and enhancements. Wounds. The amount of damage a warrior can take before falling out of battle. Attributes. Warriors have 9 primary attributes, split into 3 categories: physical, mental, and martial. Attributes can be selected in the warrior management screen to view more information on their effects. As your warrior progresses, they will gain either physical, mental, or martial advancement, and you can decide which attribute should be increased. Keep in mind that the attribute also determines which skills the warriors can train. Okay, so we've got strength, toughness, agility, leadership, intelligence, alertness, and weapon skill, bliss skill, and accuracy. I remember that. Movement initiative. The movement attribute determines how many meters can be moved per strategy movement spent. It can be modified through skills or enhancements. Initiative determines the order in which warriors will take actions during a combat round. It is modified based on the alertness attribute, armor, and active weapons equipped along with their enhancements and skills of the warrior. Okay. Morale stats. Warriors have 2 stats that impact morale in combat. Morale, this value is based entirely on the leadership attribute and is combined with all warriors to form the morale pool. Morale impact, the value is based on the warrior type, leader, henchman, etc., and increases by 1 per warrior rank. When the warrior falls out of action in combat, the morale impact value is deducted for the warband's morale pool. If many of your warriors have low morale values compared to the martial impact value, you may find your warband routes very quickly, something I better remember massively. Resistance Part 1. Some resistances are applied to prevent an enemy action from succeeding against your warrior. These resistances are ranged, melee, and critical hit. For example, when you perform a melee attack against you, an enemy performs a melee attack against you, your melee resistance will be subtracted from their hit chance. If an enemy has a 95% chance of hitting you, you have a 30% melee resistance, there is a 65% chance of the blow landing. Part 2. The following resistances have a chance to completely nullify an effect. Dodge and parry can avoid a melee hit. Poison can nullify a poison effect. Magic can nullify a spell. Stun, ward, nullify the effects triggered by gathering wardstone. Trap, all alone, being outnumbered, fear and terror. These resistances are always in effect, with the exception of dodge and parry, which require the use of a stance to be in effect. Warrior rating. The warrior rating is based on several factors. Warrior type, leader, hero, henchman, impressive. Attributes with 1 rating per primary attribute point. Items equipped to spells that are enhancements. Skill spells with 2 each or 4 massive versions. A warrior's rating value is only added to their warband rating when the warrior is in an active slot. When the rest is in a reserved or unavailable slots, the rating is not added to the warbands. Okay, so muggles down. The 3 factions. There will always be 3 options when you decide to sell your gathered wardstones. The primary faction is your main sponsor in Mordhiem. In return, they demand regular shipments requests and will send you on unique missions. 2 secondary factions are also interested in buying your wardstones and may provide rewards the more you deal with them. Okay, so you can either send it to Cutthroat's Den or Black Pit Salmon. Okay. Next. Okay, wardstones reputation. Selling wardstones to a faction will provide you with 2 rewards. Reputation with a faction, which will increase its affinity towards you, more on this later. Payment in gold crowns, which will be received several days after shipment's been sent, and multiple shipments sent on the same day to the same faction will be compelled together in a daily report. Wardstone requests. Your primary faction sponsors your expedition in Mordhiem and allows you to keep everything you find. In exchange, they request constant warstone shipments. The warstones you sent to cover this step are paid at only 50% of their worth, the other 50% being held to cover extra fees. These requests must be fulfilled within a specific time frame, and they do not provide a reputation reward. Failing to deliver a request on time will cancel the current request and replace it with a larger shipment. You still gain reputation with your primary by selling extra warstones beyond the required shipment. Okay. Shipment failed. Failure consequences. Shipment requests from your faction are of particular importance. Failing to fulfill a request in time will result in several warnings that can take in many forms. Failing 4 times will cause your faction to retract the sponsorship. In other words, your campaign is over. You will not be able to progress your current warband any further. It will stay in its current state forever. However, you may still use the warband in expedition matches. Okay, so PvP basically. Reputation rewards. When you acquire enough reputation with a faction, your faction rank will rise and provide immediate rewards. Ranks and their associated rewards can be seen on the right hand side of the screen. Faction rank effects. When a faction rank is gained, it impacts all factions in the following ways. The faction gaining the rank will reduce the gold paid for wardstones by 10% due to a minimum of 80% of their worth due to high stock. However, the reputation required to reach the next rank is reduced by 10% as a token of gratitude. Other factions will increase the gold paid for wardstones by 20% of their worth due to high demand. However, the reputation increased to reach the next rank is increased by 5% due to dealings with a rival faction. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, skirmish mode. Join the game. The skirmish screen lets you create and join custom matches against other players or AI-controlled opponents. The screen allows you to browse and join games that are waiting on other players to start. The list shows you the chosen type, the map that's been chosen, and the warband rank, and rating the game host. Keeping in mind this information can be changed even after the lobby restarted, so make sure you start talking to your opponent before starting. Okay, create a game, yep. Expedition of contest, 2 types. Expedition, use neither rewards nor conquest rankings. Warriors cannot gain permanent injuries, but any warstones items and games will not be kept either. Conquest, just regular missions. Skirmish lobby, yeah. Get ready. Community, yeah. I don't play online. I don't play multiplayer. So I'll be playing this specifically. I'm playing specifically a single player. Okay, shop. The shop offers equipment for your warriors at a price. Inventory is limited, however, and the main source of new equipment remains to scavenge the ruins of Mordhiem and to loot enemies to defeat in battle. Item availability. The list on the right hand side of the screen displays items available for sale along with the buying price and number available. Selecting an item will display more information at the bottom center of the screen. Buying an item will place it in the warband inventory. Inventory. Your warband inventory is also viewable from the shop and lets you browse all items not currently equipped by your warriors. These items can be sold for half their worth. Selling items you cannot use can be a good source of income. Market event. Special events will often occur at the market. These events can have various effects on the market, from sales to robberies. The current event and its effects is visible at the top left of the screen. Below this, the number of days remaining before the next event occurs is displayed. Some market events will influence the market rotation in positive or negative ways. 5 minutes to take a drink. Okay. Okay, market rotation. Each marked tag will bring a new market rotation. Items may be added or removed from the shop inventory during the rotation. If you really want an item, it would be wise to buy it before the next marked tag, as it no longer will be available soon. Finally, you can find a list of items that have arrived at the latest event. This list cannot be interacted with. Okay. Veteran system. The veteran system is a way to track your journey and achievements in the City of the Damned. The achievements are measured across all warbands you have played on your account. The progression and veteran ranks will never be reset or lost. Task progression. On the right hand side is a list of tasks that will be completed to gain experience and increase your veteran rank. Each time a task completed, a message will appear at the top of your screen, no matter where you are in the game, just to let you know. Upon gaining a veteran rank, you will also receive bonuses and perks. These are detailed on the left hand side of the screen. Veteran skills. Every time you gain a rank between 0 and 10, you will also gain a veteran skill point. These points can be spent in the veteran skills tab to the right to gain extra benefits for your warband. Plan carefully, as these skills cannot be refunded once selected. Veteran skill points are saved per warband. If you start a new warband, all the points can be used to purchase a different set of skills. Okay, interesting. And campaign and time system. So the tokens on this map of Mordhiem represent possible mission locations. Highlighting a mission token will also display a rough estimate of the amount of wardstone and search points available in the area, as well as the relative strength of the opposition you may encounter. The token type represents the different optional objectives for the mission. Okay. Scouts. If you're not satisfied with the available mission, you can always hire scouts to send out new potential mission locations. You can only hire a limited amount of scouts each day at increasing cost. Next day. Only one mission can undertake per day. Once you've completed the mission, win or lose, you must select the next day option from the main hideout menu in order to prepare for the new mission. Be sure to take care of your business, paying upkeep and treatment, selling war stones before advancing to the new day. Daily report. Each day you will receive a summary of the events called a daily report. It will keep you up to date with all news concerning your warband and factions, such as reminders for shipments, upkeep, and treatment. Upcoming events. On the campaign menu, there's a list of events in the upcoming days. It also serves as one-time reminders of important dates. Unique missions. As you spend more time adventuring in Mordhiem, your faction leader will sometimes have special requests for you. These unique missions will appear in the campaign mode as a special token. There are no time restrictions to complete these missions, and only one will be requested at a time. Okay then, that's every single tutorial finished. Wow. How long have I been recording for? I've been recording for an hour. Actually, that's not too bad, actually. I mean, my throat's starting to go with all the bloody reading. Okay, so I have an understanding of how this is going to be played. So, through the skills, the movement, the management side seems to speak for itself. Pretty easy, you know, XCOM style. Maybe. But the actual tactical play... Ooh, okay. This is going to be an interesting experience. Now, my question is, I mean, obviously we'll find out when we start playing, but my interesting question is, do we start with a predetermined spawn point, as in, like, for example, in the tutorial fights, everyone's in different positions, or do we all start together and we just spread out? That's my question. Do we already start in different positions, or do we start at one spot and then we just move out from there? That's a good question. That is a very good question. But we'll find out in the next episode then. Right, so in terms of who we play in, I'll have to decide. I do have a couple of I do have two decisions that I'm leaning to. I'm either thinking with the humans, or I'm thinking the Skaven. Because the Skaven are known to be tricksy bastards. And not to mention, those blades with the poison that we faced when we were playing the Sisters of Sigmar has got me thinking. And that could be interesting. Maybe go for like a couple of poison builds, maybe for some extra DOT or something. I don't know what the skills are. I don't know what builds we can make with the different soldiers we can get. I don't know. This is all going to be a brand new experience for me, so this is going to be very interesting. Right, so anyway, my friends, that's going to be it for today's episode, so thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And apart from that, enjoy the rest of your awesome day, and hope to see you next time. Take care.